Welcome to our Defense Briefing Show. Today, we're diving into some hot topics. First up, the U.S. Senate narrowly rejected a Democratic proposal that would require President Trump to get congressional approval before striking in Venezuela. This keeps Trump's military actions, including strikes against drug trafficking targets, firmly in his control, sparking debates over legal authority and oversight. Next, we celebrate the incredible storytelling of Tim Cook, the chief historian at the Canadian War Museum. Cook's passionate tales brought Canada's military history to life, sharing personal stories of soldiers and earning numerous awards. His legacy continues through his books, and his final work, The Unquiet Western Front, will be published posthumously, keeping his voice alive. Finally, Tesla's CEO Elon Musk is said to receive a mind-blowing $1 trillion if the company hits an $8.5 trillion market cap within 10 years. Shareholders approved this massive incentive, which is tied to milestones like vehicle deliveries and robotaxis. Musk's ambitious plans, including building a robot army, are now backed by the biggest CEO pay package ever. Please continue to watch for detailed insights. The Washington Post reports that the U.S. Senate has decisively blocked a Democratic resolution aimed at limiting President Donald Trump's unilateral military power over Venezuela. Despite the escalating tensions and Trump's increased military activities, including deploying an aircraft carrier to the Caribbean and contemplating strikes on land targets, the resolution failed by a narrow 49-51 vote, mostly along party lines. Senators expressed concern over unchecked executive authority, with Democrat Jack Reed emphasizing the constitutional duty of Congress to authorize war, especially as the administration relied on dubious legal justifications for its strikes against alleged drug trafficking boats. The debate highlighted the growing frustration among lawmakers over the administration's secretive and aggressive approach, with some questioning the legal basis and strategic sense of escalating military actions without clear congressional approval. The Globe and Mail mourns the loss of Tim Cook, a revered Canadian historian whose life was dedicated to illuminating the stories of Canada's soldiers and civilians through compelling storytelling. Cook's passion for history was evident in his engaging walking tours through the Canadian War Museum's exhibits, where he sought to connect with the public and bring history to life. Over a prolific 24-year career, he authored 18 acclaimed books, capturing the human experiences of Canadian soldiers from the Boer War to the World Wars, often emphasizing the camaraderie and loyalty among soldiers. His personal journey from a young boy moved by war cemeteries to a distinguished scholar was marked by resilience, deep research, and a genuine desire to ensure that Canada's wartime sacrifices are remembered. Cook's sudden passing at age 53 was a profound loss to the field, but his legacy endures through his influential writings and dedication to sharing Canada's military history. Nikkei Asia details. Tesla CEO Elon Musk groundbreaking pay package, which could total nearly $1 trillion if the company achieves an $8.5 trillion market cap within the next decade. Shareholders approved this ambitious incentive plan, linking Musk's compensation to a series of operational milestones, including delivering millions of vehicles, expanding full self-driving subscriptions, and deploying humanoid robots and robotaxis. Musk's desire to maintain control over Tesla's revolutionary projects, especially the development of a vast robotic army, underscores his commitment to innovation and influence. The proposed package, which would give Musk 425 million shares and nearly 25% voting power, is unprecedented in scale and reflects the company's confidence in his leadership. However, legal challenges remain, as previous pay plans were struck down by courts, leaving the future of this record-setting incentive uncertain amidst the company's ongoing pursuit of technological dominance. In the world of corporate power and innovation, Tesla's recent shareholder meeting revealed an extraordinary moment of ambition and controversy. The company's shareholders overwhelmingly approved the nearly $1 trillion performance-based compensation package for Elon Musk, a bold move that could see him earning a staggering 425 million shares if Tesla reaches an $8.5 trillion market cap within a decade. This unprecedented award, which represents the highest CEO pay package globally, was met with mixed reactions. Musk's vision of building a robotic army and pushing Tesla's technological boundaries is as inspiring as it is contentious. The company's stock responded positively, climbing about 2% after the vote, reflecting investor confidence in Musk's leadership and Tesla's ambitious trajectory. However, legal battles loom as a previous pay plan was struck down by a Delaware court, casting uncertainty over whether Musk will ultimately receive this record-breaking incentive, especially amid ongoing appeals and regulatory scrutiny. Meanwhile, in Washington, the Senate is taking a stand to curb presidential authority over military actions, as tensions simmer over U.S. plans to confront Venezuela, with legislation requiring congressional approval before any attack on Venezuelan soil. Senators are asserting their constitutional power in a high-stakes geopolitical chess game. While the bill's chances of passing are slim, it serves as a powerful statement of concern among lawmakers about President Trump's aggressive posture in the Caribbean, where naval forces are amassing under the guise of anti-drug operations. Prominent figures like Senator Tim Kaine and Adam Schiff voiced fears that the U.S. might be veering toward regime change, risking broader conflict without adequate congressional oversight. The debate underscores a broader frustration with Pentagon decisions and a desire among lawmakers to reassert control over military engagements, even as some Republicans defend the executive's right to act swiftly against threats like drug cartels. Across the Pacific, the Pentagon's stance on the AUK-US alliance with Australia signals a significant shift towards strategic cooperation amid rising tensions with China. During a congressional hearing, officials confirmed that the review of the AUK-US pact is nearing completion and emphasized its benefits for U.S. interests in the Indo-Pacific region. This endorsement comes after months of scrutiny and concern over the deployment of nuclear-powered submarines and the industrial capacity needed to meet ambitious production goals. While some senators expressed frustration over the lack of consultation and the potential for diplomatic friction, particularly with Australia, the Pentagon's officials assured that the alliance remains a cornerstone of U.S. strategy. The deal's success hinges on overcoming logistical hurdles, such as increasing submarine production rates, but the renewed support from Pentagon leaders underscores a shared commitment to maintaining a strategic edge in a rapidly evolving geopolitical landscape. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports that Australia's submarine program, a cornerstone of the AUKUS alliance, is undergoing significant changes as Vice Admiral Jonathan Meade prepares to step down in mid-2026. Meade, the inaugural head of the Australian Submarine Agency, has been pivotal in steering the nation's ambitious nuclear submarine ambitions, which include integrating U.S. Virginia-class submarines starting in late 2027 and eventually building a domestic fleet of SSN AUKUS submarines in South Australia, a task he describes as more complicated than building a space shuttle. Amidst this, the U.S. Navy is clarifying ambiguities in the pact, and the Australian government is cautiously considering the location of a future East Coast submarine base, delaying a decision until around 2030. Meade's leadership has been instrumental in securing US and UK commitments, with US President Donald Trump endorsing the program as full steam ahead, highlighting the massive investments transforming Perth's naval facilities. As the region's strategic landscape shifts, Australia remains committed to the AUKUS plan, emphasizing the importance of a capable defense force, even as critics express concerns over potential delays and the lack of contingency plans. Nikkei Asia details Honda's strategic retreat in China's fiercely competitive EV market, where its sales are plummeting amid aggressive pricing by local rivals like BYD and Toyota. Honda's attempt to launch premium models under the Yi EV brand has faced setbacks. The debut of the P7 SUV did not meet sales expectations, and the planned launch of the flagship GT sedan has been postponed by about a year. The company's high prices starting at 199,900 yuan have failed to attract Chinese consumers, especially as competitors introduce more affordable feature-rich EVs. Honda's overall sales in China have dropped by 20.5%, contrasting sharply with Toyota's 4.9% growth, and Nissan's decline highlighting the intense price war and market shifts. With China set to be a key battleground for EV expansion, Honda's revised development plans and delayed launches could hinder its goal of transitioning all vehicles to EVs and fuel cell models by 2040. With the company now reassessing its strategies amidst the rising tide of local automakers offering cheaper, more appealing options. The BBC reports a historic and harrowing trial in Ukraine, where a court sentenced Russian soldier Dmitry Kurashov to life imprisonment for the killing of Ukrainian prisoner of war Vitaly Hodenyuk. The court found that Kurashov, part of a unit storming a Ukrainian position, deliberately shot Hodenyuk after he surrendered, following orders from his commanders not to take prisoners. Despite initially pleading guilty, Kurashov later retracted, claiming he was merely following orders and blaming a Russian medic who was later killed. Witness testimonies and video evidence confirmed that Hodenyuk was unarmed and had surrendered when he was shot at point-blank range, marking a significant legal precedent in the ongoing conflict. The case sheds light on the brutal realities of the war, including the documented executions of prisoners by Russian forces, which Ukrainian authorities describe as part of a systematic policy. This unprecedented life sentence underscores the seriousness of war crimes committed during the invasion and highlights Ukraine's efforts to hold perpetrators accountable amid ongoing hostilities. CNN reports that in an unprecedented legal milestone, a Ukrainian court in Zaporizhzhia has sentenced Dmitry Kurashov, a 27-year-old Russian soldier, to life imprisonment for the fatal shooting of a surrendered Ukrainian soldier during a battle in January 2024. The court found Kurashov guilty of executing the unarmed soldier at point-blank range after he had surrendered, raising his hands and knelt down as requested, only to be shot with an automatic weapon and killed instantly. This verdict marks the first time a Russian soldier has been convicted and sentenced for killing a prisoner of war since the war's escalation, highlighting Ukraine's efforts to seek justice amid ongoing concerns over the treatment of prisoners, with Kyiv reporting numerous suspected executions of Ukrainian POWs by Russian forces. The case is particularly notable considering Kurashov's background, including prior imprisonment in Russia for theft and a recent contract with the Russian Defense Ministry in exchange for amnesty. Meanwhile, in a separate incident, a Russian soldier accused of robbing a house in Kyiv's Bucha district was acquitted due to insufficient evidence, illustrating the complex legal landscape surrounding wartime conduct. Ukrainian authorities have launched multiple criminal investigations into alleged executions and mistreatment of prisoners, with the number of suspected cases rising steadily, reflecting the ongoing struggle for accountability and justice in the midst of conflict. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopsis thoughtfully curated by the 6DO team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6DO brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6DO team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6DO brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6DO brief via email.
Got a book so big and bright, open it and take a flight. Learn about the stars and see everything is here for me. Flip the pages one by one, knowledge under the sun. From dinosaurs to galaxies, a world of endless mysteries. Encyclopedia, yay! Facts and fun all day. From A to Z, let's see. Curious minds run free. Jump into the pages deep. Secrets that you want to keep. Time will fly and you will find magic lies in every line. Animals and history, science full of mystery. Gotta read and gotta know. Watch our minds all start to grow. Encyclopedia, yay! Facts and fun all day. From A to Z, let's see. Curious minds run free, yeah. Jump into the pages deep. Secrets that you want to keep. Time will fly and you will find magic lies in every line. To run free line. Every line's run Animals and history, science full of mystery.